Two or more expressions are equivalent expressions if, when each variable is evaluated for any real number, the expressions all give equal results. As an example, we have 4 times in parentheses 2x minus 3, close our parentheses, minus 7. And 5 minus 6 times in parentheses x minus 2, close our parentheses. So let's write them up. Let's see if these expressions are equivalent. Notice we call them expressions because they don't have any equal sign. If we distribute 4 times 2x, that gives us 4 times 2x. 4 times negative 3, well, 4 times negative 3. Well, watch out for that one. Do not distribute to the negative 7. Do remember, that's a separate term. The fact that it has a negative sign on it, it separates it out from the term that has a parentheses. So we definitely cannot distribute to the negative 7, okay? Be careful. It's a common misconception. So the negative 7, we're just bringing it down, okay? Now let's simplify. 4 times 2 is 8, that gives us 8x. 4 times 3 is 12, positive times a negative gives us a negative 12. And the 7, we're just bringing it down, so it's negative 7. And now let's combine the negative 12 and the negative 7 since it has no variables. In other words, as a reference, let's use fruit. We have 8 boxes of oranges, we're missing 12 apples, and we're missing additionally 7 apples. So overall, we have 8 boxes of oranges and are missing a total of 19 apples. In other words, 8x minus 19. And now let's try the other one. So the 5, once again, it's its own term, so it does not combine with the 6 yet. Do notice there's a negative 6 and then a parentheses imply multiplication. We've got to do multiplication before we do the addition and subtraction. So we cannot subtract the 6 from the 5 yet. Let's see. We have in this case, distribution of negative 6 times x will give us negative 6x. And negative 6 times negative 2 will give us, well, negative 6 times negative 2. Let's simplify this. So we have 5 minus 6x plus, and then 6 times 2 will give us 12. Negative is a negative, it's a positive. So we have 5 minus 6x plus 12. Once again, using fruit for reference, we have 5 apples, we're missing 6 boxes of oranges, and additionally we have 12 apples. Let's combine the apples together. In other words, the constants, the numbers without variables. So 6x is the oranges, so keep that in mind. We'll just put them on the left side. That gives us negative 6x. 5 plus 12, they're both positive. So 5 plus 12 gives us 17, or 17 apples, right? Okay, so do they look alike? Does the 8x minus 19 look like negative 6x plus 17? No, they're completely different, agreed. Try and plug in, for instance, a 1. 8 times 1 will give us 8. 8 minus 19, well, that'll give us negative 11. If we try 1 on the other one, negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 17 will give you positive 11. They're not the same, right? One's positive, one's negative. So they're not equivalent. Once again, you can try numbers such as 1. Okay, so given the expression 1 plus 3 times the difference of twice the number and 4, what is the mathematical expression? Now you're given a hint down below, but let's try this all over. Do notice the word difference of. I highly recommend you highlight it, okay, or keep that in mind. Difference of, the combination of those two words implies there's going to be a subtraction between something. Okay, we have 1 plus, so that means we're adding, 3 times, okay, multiplying, and there's kind of a comma there. So the comma implies there's going to be something else added or multiplied, or you're going to do something else in parentheses. So that's the difference of. So there's a subtraction sign in the middle. Difference of implies a subtraction in the middle in this case. Twice the number. Okay, what number? It doesn't tell us. So we're going to assume it's a variable. You can choose the first letter of your name, or last name, or any variable you choose. In this case, I'll choose an x, and then remember that we have a 4 on there. So putting it together, we have a 1 plus 3 times implies the parentheses. The fact that we have parentheses implies multiplication. And you notice that it's twice the number, so it's 2 times x. and then minus the 4. Once again, do note the subtraction sign. This is our expression, finally.